This month in Black College Sports History. A special edition. The Tournaments of Champions is one in a series commemorating the history, highlights, and legends who made Black college basketball teams national champions. Each feature has the championship year or years, the championship team, coaches and players highlights, and more. Black college basketball royalty. Quick quiz. How many Black college basketball champions have there been down through the years? Who has the most titles? How many women teams have been national champs? In case you didn't get all of the right answers, we offer the following. 1955, NAIA Division I. Texas Southern University, led by Ed Adams, the first black coach inducted into the Helm Hall of Fame, was the first black college to appear in the NAIA National Invitational Tournament. The Tigers played in the 1955, 56, 57, 58, 71, and 1976 tournaments. 22 years later, the Tigers broke through with their first and only national championship in 1977. 1957, NAIA Division I. Tennessee State A&I University. In the 20th Annual National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics Tournament, the Tigers became trailblazers as they were the first black college to win the men's NAIA basketball championship with a 92-73 defeat over Southeast Oklahoma. They earned a berth in the championship game with victories over Adrian College 87-69, Portland State 87-70, Western Illinois 90-88, and Pacific Lutheran 71-70. They were led by future Hall of Fame coach John B. McClendon Jr. and featured All-America Dick Barnett and John Barnhill. Barnett was named the most valuable player in the tournament. 1958-59. NAIA Division I. Tennessee State A&I University became the first college team to win 3 consecutive NAIA men's national basketball championships with their repeats in 1957, 58, and 59. In the 1958 games, the Tigers became one of a handful of college teams to repeat as national champions as they rolled over Northern Michigan 113-45, Anderson 77-56, East Texas State 81-62, Texas Southern 110-85, and Western Illinois 85-73 in the championship game. Dick Barnett won his first Chuck Taylor MVP honor. In 1959, in the 22nd Annual NAIA Basketball Tournament, the Tigers defended their titles with victories over Nebraska Wesleyan 76-57, Youngstown State 89-80, Illinois State Normal 131-74, and withstood a fierce challenge from Southwest Texas State 64-62 to solidify their three-peat. Dick Barnett won his second Chuck Taylor MVP honor. Head coach John B. McClendon Jr. was honored with his third NAIA Coach of the Year award. 1961. NAIA Division I. Grambling College. Legendary Grambling head coach Fred Hobdy led a talented Tigers team to the NAIA men's basketball championship with a 95-75 victory over Georgetown, Kentucky behind the gallant efforts of tournament MVP Charles Hardnett and Herschel West and future Hall of Fame center Willis Reed, who went on to become the all-time leading scorer after appearances in 1961, 62, and 63. The Tigers defeated Linfield 107-85, Peru State 80-60 and Anderson 62-54 on their way to the championship game. Reed would go on to win 2 NBA championships with the New York Knicks. The Panthers followed Grambling with their first NAIA men's title. All-America center Zelmo Beatty was a force in the tournament as he led the Panthers to a 62-53 victory over Westminster, PA. Their preceded wins were in overtime 73-64 over Ashland, Morris Harvey 85-70, and Arizona State, Flagstaff 86-48. Beatty set a tourney record with 96 rebounds, which earned him the Chuck Taylor MVP award. 1965-68. NAIA Division I. Central State, Ohio University. The Marauders won 2 NAIA titles in the 60s, led by All-America and MVP center Ken Wilburn. Head coach Bill Lucas led them to a defeat over Oklahoma Baptist, 85-51 in 1965. In the 1965 tournament, they ran the table with wins over Jacksonville, Florida 78-57, Midwestern 75-61, Augsburg 66-57, and Fairmont State 91-75. Wilburn was the leading rebounder with 90 and named MVP. In 1968, they defeated Millikan 81-64, Valdosta State 60-53, Central Washington State 66-47, and outlasted Fairmont State, Virginia in a close win, 51-48 in the finals. 1967. NCAA Division II. Winston-Salem State University. On March 17, 20,000 fans in the Roberts Municipal Stadium in Evansville, Illinois witnessed the first HBCU to win an NCAA basketball championship. Head coach Clarence Big House Gaines had led the Rams to a 30-1 season and primed to make history. They swept the Mid-East Regionals led by guards All-America Earl Monroe and Eugene Smiley and center Bill English with victories over Baldwin, Wallace 91-76, Akron 88-80, Long Island 62-54, and Kentucky Wesleyan 85-73. In the finals, the Rams upset favored Southwest Missouri State 77-74, giving Coach Gaines his first Coach of the Year award. Sensational guard Earl Monroe was named Most Outstanding Player. 1970, 71, 72. NAIA Division I. Kentucky State University. In the 35th NAIA tournament, the Thoroughbreds lived up to their image as they pulled off the second three-peat in college basketball history, behind Tennessee State. Led by head coach Lucius Mitchell, All-Americans Travis Grant and Elmore Smith, the Thoroughbreds had victories over Central Washington, 79-71 in 1970, 102-82 over Eastern Michigan in 1971, and 71-62 over Wisconsin-Eau Claire in 1972. Grant was the all-time leading scorer with 518 points, and Smith holds the record for most rebounds in a season, 799 rebounds in 1971. Grant was named MVP in 1971 and 72. 1974. NCAA Division II. Morgan State University. All-America center Marvin Webster led the Golden Bears to the national title in their first NCAA II appearance, defeating Southwest Missouri State 67-52. The Bears defeated Potsdam State in the East Regionals 54-43 and Hartwick 68-64. They fought their way through the Elite Eight and semis with victories over Bloomsburg 71-57 and 73-70 over Assumption on their way to the championship game. Webster was Most Outstanding Player and All-Tourney along with Alvin O'Neill. Head coach Nat Frazier was named the College Division National Coach of the Year by the Associated Press. 1976. NAIA Division II. Coppin State University. Head coach John Bates led the little-known Eagles to their first NAIA championship with a 96-91 win over Henderson State, Arkansas. Behind tournament All-American and MVP Joe Pace, they maneuvered their way through the tourney with victories over Dowling College York 78-55, Wisconsin Parkside 68-67, Texas Southern 88-77, and Marymount 82-81. 1977. NAIA Division I. Texas Southern University. The first black college to make the most appearances in the NAIA tournament became the last to win the prestigious title. After a near miss in the 1956 finals under head coach Robert Moreland, the Tigers finally broke through with their first NAIA title, defeating Campbell College, NC, 71-44. Their path to the title included wins over Central State, Ohio 89-65, Wisconsin Parkside 82-80, East Texas State 87-68, Grand Valley State 69-62. Alonzo Bradley was named Most Valuable Player. 1978. NCAA Division II. Cheyney State University. Head coach John Cheyney's coaching success began at the oldest-known black college as he led the Wolves to their only title with a 47-40 victory over Wisconsin Green Bay before 67,966 fans. Cheyney hosted the East Regionals and was victorious over Adelphi 78-64 and Philadelphia College 73-60. In the quarterfinals, they outlasted Sacred Heart 59-57 before besting Florida Tech 79-63 to reach the title game. Cheyney was named tournament coach and Andrew Fields was Most Outstanding Player. He was joined on the All-Tourney with fellow guard Ken Henson. 1979. NCAA Division II. The first black college women's national basketball championship was won by the South Carolina State Lady Bulldogs. They defeated Dayton 75-65 behind All-American and Hall of Famer Roberta Williams, who was named tournament MVP. The Lady Bulldogs were tournament runner-up in 1978 and made the round 16 in 1980. 1980, 92, 2005. NCAA Division II. Virginia Union University. The only HBCU with 3 national championships in 3 different decades, the Panthers with head coach Dave Robbins at the helm won their first national title in 1980 with a victory over NYIT 80-74. Keith Valentine was named Most Outstanding Player and was all-tourney with teammate Larry Holmes. In 1992, MOP Derek Johnson led them to a 100-75 win over Bridgeport. Johnson and teammate Reggie Jones were named to the all-tourney team. They capped their 3rd title in 2005 with a win over Bryant 63-58. Antoine Walton was named MOP and joined Duane Crockett and Luckman Jabber on the all-tourney team. 1982. NCAA Division II. University of District of Columbia Firebirds. Head coach Will Jones guided the Firebirds to the national title behind the exciting play of MOP Michael Britt and center Earl Jones. Both were named to the all-tourney team. The Firebirds overcame Virginia Union 68-64 and Mount St. Mary's 67-66 in the East Regionals and ousted Cheyney State 72-69 quarterfinals. They downed Cal State Bakersfield 76-71 in the semifinal and defeated Florida Southern 73-63 to claim their first title. Head coach Will Jones was the tournament outstanding coach. They were the Div-2 runner-up in the 1983 tournament. 1983 NCAA Division II. Virginia Union University. Head coach Lewis Hearn led the Lady Panthers to the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship with a 73-60 victory over Cal Poly Pomona. They became the first CIAA women's basketball team and just the 2nd black college women's team to win the title. Paris McWhirter, Most Outstanding Player, and Barvinia Wooten made the all-tournament team. The Panthers defeated Norfolk State 78-66 and Mount St. Mary's 88-79 on the way to the finals. 1988 NCAA Division II. Hampton University. Head coach James Sweat led the powerful Lady Pirates to a 65-48 victory over number 1 West Texas A&M to win their first national championship. They dominated the Lady Buffaloes behind high-scoring Jackie Dolberry, Karen Drury, Vernice Frazier, and freshman guard Jackie McWilliams. Their quest started in the South Atlantic Regionals with victories over UDC 58-50 and Virginia State 73-58. They overcame Johnstown 80-74 and North Dakota State 72-63 in the semis and earned a hard-fought 65-48 win to claim the title. Dolberry, the Division II Player of the Year and first-team All-American, was named tournament MVP, and Coach Sweat claimed coaching honors. 1989 NCAA Division II. North Carolina Central University. Head coach Michael Bernard led the Eagles to the Division II title in '89. Bernard was a member of the Kentucky State three-peat teams in the 70s. In the regionals, they had to overcome CIAA foes Norfolk State 67-64 and Virginia Union 60-55. They defeated Sacred Heart 58-57, Jacksonville State 90-71, and held off Southeast Missouri State 67-64 in the finals to win the title. Guard Miles Clark was named MOP and joined Antoine Sifford and Dominique Stevens on the all-tourney team. 2012. NCAA Division II. Shaw University. In an overtime game, winning coach Jock Curtis led the Lady Bears to an 88-82 score over powerful Ashland to claim their first NCAA Division II national championship. They playoff wins 92-78 over West Virginia Wesleyan, 64-59 over Gannon, 70-53 over Edinboro, 61-58 over Pittsburgh State, and 87-71 over Rollins to claim their national championship. MOP Kyria Buford and Sequoia Griffin were named to the all-tourney team. Black College Sports History and Legends is committed to preserving the best of the history, legends, and traditions of historically black colleges and universities. Visit www.ehbcsports.com.